Okay, here's a short video to show you the basic functions of a Vivint security system. Notice the screen's black. To make it light up, just touch it wherever you'd like. And then the first thing I want to show you guys is how to arm and disarm the system. To do that, you just press and hold this dot here and it'll give you two paths to take, left or right, stay or away. It's important that you arm the security system accordingly. Stay mode to the left is going to be for when you're home. And away, which is to the right, is going to be, of course, for when you're leaving. So since we're here, let's go ahead and arm the system to stay. I'm going to incorporate the phone app just so you see a little bit of everything. Let's go to the left. Stay mode. Okay, now we're armed to stay. You'll notice that your screen turned orange and it reads right here, armed. The next thing is I want to show you how to disarm the system. Just as simple as arming, you just press and hold that dot. It'll give you instructions. Slide down, and then it's going to ask you for your code. 1111.
Your home is now disarmed.
Okay,
Ready to arm.
The next step is I'm going to show you guys how to change your code. But real quick, before we get into that, let's talk about one difference between the panel and the phone. When I armed from the phone, the system became armed immediately, if you remember correctly. Well, it's a little bit different when you arm from the panel. When you arm from the panel, it's going to give you a little 60-second countdown. And that countdown is just giving you time to get out of the house and shut the door behind you. So arming from the panel, we're leaving.
Arming
It's going to give you that minute.
You're now free to exit.
Like I said, that's just giving you ample time to get out of the house and shut the door behind you. Once that countdown reaches 0, the system will become armed. We don't want to wait for this whole countdown though, so I'll hit cancel.
Your home is now disarmed. Ready to arm.
Okay, now that we've covered that, I'm going to show you guys how to change your PIN number, your code, your 4-digit code. So to do that, you're going to hit these little dots right down here. These 3 dots in the lower right-hand corner, that's going to bring up your menu. Now your menu is password protected. That keeps people from getting in there and screwing around with stuff. So the section to change your code is going to be users. Now, like I said, it's password protected, so put your code in, and you'll find yourselves in the users section. Now pick the user you want to change the code of. In this case, it's going to be you, the primary user. You should probably say your name right there when you're going through it all. Once you're into your section, select PIN, and it's going to let you pick your new code. I'm going to do all 8s just for now. Then one more time for confirmation. Okay, simple as that. You can change your code as often as you'd like. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is the home button. That's this guy down here. It's always going to take us back to that first page we were on, the home page. So home button, home page. That's literally its only function. So a little X with the shield around it, that's the home button. The next thing I want to show you guys is this little cross over here. Those are your emergency panic buttons. It's a great way to get yourself some help if you ever have an emergency. So in here, you'll notice you've got the local police department, hospital, and the nearest fire department. Now pick the appropriate one and follow the instructions. Notice how I'm touching it, nothing's really happening. It's because you gotta hold it down for the 2 full seconds. That just helps us avoid accidents from happening. Okay, let's hit the home button. We'll head back to the home page. Okay, the last thing that we need to cover is I need to explain to you what happens if your alarm is triggered. That way you know what to expect or how to handle the situation. If you trip your alarm, don't panic. You've got plenty of time to step in before anything extreme happens. You'll have 30 seconds to disarm the system. You can do that one of 2 ways. You can pull out your phone and disarm from the Vivint app, or you can come to the panel and disarm like I showed you earlier. Now, if it takes you longer than 30 seconds, it's no big deal. What's going to happen then is Vivint's going to want to call and just check on you and make sure everything's okay. First, they're going to call you on the panel. Once they get a hold of you, they're going to ask you some questions and have you verify your identity. They're going to ask you for your verbal password. That's an important one. You need to make sure you know your verbal password. And once you give it to them, they're going to know that you're a good guy, and they're going to shut your alarm off for you, tell you to have a good night. Now, if our phone operator can't get a hold of you on the panel, they're going to proceed to call your cell phone after that. Same old song and dance. Once they get a hold of you, they're going to want to verify that everything's okay and that you are who you say you are. Once they do that, they'll shut your alarm off, tell you to have a good night. Now, if we're unable to get a hold of anyone on the panel or on phones, We're just going to assume the worst case scenario and we're going to automatically send help. And that covers it all. Talked about all the basic functions of the security system. If I installed your security system, I left you with my phone number. Don't hesitate to text me with any questions that might arise. Other than that, stay safe and welcome to Vivint.